Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Ladies and gentlemen, do I got a great show, last minute show for you. It's 8:45 on the East Coast, but it's still plenty enough time for everybody else all over the country that's behind time. Look, let's not wait. Let's jump right off into this. I'm not. This is a great subject matter, and what I want to talk to you guys about is something that has been coming up a lot lately. Let me get my lighting right. I'm glowing. I'm glowing, and I don't want to glow. So let's turn that one off. All right. It looks like I have a little drag and delay too in the Wi-Fi connection, but we're gonna fix that too. We're gonna fix that. I might got too many lights on. All right, so let's get this thing jumping, ladies and gentlemen, because what I want to talk to you about in 2024, I want all of you to start giving yourself your much deserved flowers. Give yourself your much deserved flowers. And I'm gonna play something for you guys, and then it will start to make sense why I say this. Because in today's society, and it's not just in today's society, it's been like this for a long time. We seek the approval of others to see just how hard we are working to better our lives and conditions. This is why we take a lot of our so-called day ones along for the ride, because nobody wants to. We have never been taught or shown to toot your own horn sometimes. So, and a lot of people, they want you to, they don't want you to talk about your own accomplishments because it makes them feel some type of way that they didn't fulfill their own goals or accomplishments or aspirations. So they want you to be humble. Humble yourself. You know what humble is? Humble is don't talk about what you done because I don't want to feel bad that I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. And then they'll throw that up in your face. You should be more humble. First, let's go to Webster's Collegiate Dictionary of that word humble. And I can guarantee you it's going to make you rethink about this word humble. Now, let me get off of this. Now, let's get right here. This is Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. This is the dictionary that's used across colleges around the world. Basically, where we get our definitions from the words that we use. A lot of people say that word humble, and they give you their own definition or their own perspective or interpretation of that word humble, but that's not the definition of the word. Cat Williams said it best. Maybe we need to start learning the definition of these words. So when somebody tells you to be humble, ladies and gentlemen, humble means not proud or arrogant, modest. Tone that down, your celebration of yourself. Though very successful, she remained humble, having a feeling of insignificance, inferiority, subservient. Listen to that. They want you to be humble. They want you to play what they want you to, your accomplishments, they want you to play like that's insignificant. They want you to be inferiority. You ain't no better than me. They want you to be subservient. We all live in the same neighborhood. We all blah blah blah. They want you to be right there, crabs in the bucket. Now, listen to this. Here it is. As a verb, to be humbled or humbling means to lower in condition, importance, or dignity. Ooh, ain't that powerful? To destroy the independence, power, or will of. So when somebody telling you to be humble, you need to humble yourself. They telling you to tone that down a little bit. Not a little bit. They just want you to tone it down to what I can digest. Now, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what came up. Because I talk business 24 hours a day. Sometimes I believe I even talk it in my sleep because there's so much in me that I want to get out that I can't get it out while I'm awake. So it manifests itself through my sleep sometimes. I've had dreams or visions of me being in the boardroom and I'm making plays and getting the staff together. This is what I see. This is how focused I am on the goal and the path that I'm trying to achieve and accomplish. And what happened, the conversation came up that, well, everybody ain't like you, Muhammad. Mm. And I answered, you're right. You're definitely right. One, there's only one me. There's only one Robert D. Muhammad. Now, and that's what I teach all of my clients, to be your authentic self. But what I do and what I have achieved over these past 8 to 10 years, can anybody do it? Yes, anybody can do it. Everybody has the opportunity to do the exact same thing. Jay Prince said this: everybody wakes up with a chance and a choice. It's the choices that you make that determines the chances or the doors that will be open for you. Now, what people have to realize when they telling you to tone yourself down, because you took the chance, you made the choice to take the chance, and then the doors start opening for you, and they didn't. They chose to go somewhere else. They chose to go a different route. They chose not to put in the work. They chose not to sacrifice, make the sacrifices, because they wanted the acceptance of the world as opposed to be an acceptance of yourself. See, some people, they are just satisfied with where they are, and they will continuously remain on the stool of do nothingness because they have convinced themselves this is all that I am worth. See, when I realized that my value was high, because I was always taught, just like the majority of everybody else, you need to be humble. They convince you that giving yourself your flowers and talking about the sacrifices that you've made, the 24-hour days that I have stayed up working or planning. Sometimes when I get an idea in my head, that thing won't let me sleep. Mm. See, that's when you know it's God-given, because it interrupts everything else that you got going on. See, that's the difference between having a dream and a vision. Mm. Come on now. There's a difference between having a dream and a vision. See, a vision is the foretelling of something that is to come. Mm. But see, when you stay up and work all night trying to better your craft, get better at speaking, creating your content, staying up all night creating merch, your t-shirts so you can sell on your merch, creating different content so you can have your audience something to feed the people. But then people, they when you, well, they ask the question, man, what you got going on? I got this. Boom, 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 boom. Amazon top selling, best selling top new rise author. What? Oh man, but you see, because it makes them feel small, they want you to feel small with them, and they want you to humble yourself. Look, this is what the definition of the word is. Now, there's a difference between, you don't have to be braggadocious about it. Now, yeah, I don't have a problem with bragging on myself because nobody's going to tell it like me. There was a situation that happened not too long ago, to where I found myself, I was about to give up. And man, it got hard. I couldn't process everything was coming at one time. I felt like Job in the book called Bible, when it was conversation after conversation after conversation. Before one person got through giving him bad news, it was more bad news coming at him again. I couldn't process it all. Then I remembered who I was. Then I remembered what I had already done. And to give up, I got people that's dependent on me. Huh? I got people that's dependent on me. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Bit the bullet, bit my tongue. Took a whole lot that some people would have folded on. And then when I remembered who I was, 2 months later, I was right back where I was before I started going through my trial. See, here's the thing about God. Regardless of whatever your religious belief is, I really need to hear nor there. But what God does, God tries you with what you love more than him. Y'all let that sizzle in your spirit for a little bit. If you love your car, there's a lot of people out there, they buying these new Corvettes now, and they're buying the new Bentleys and the new Mercedes-Benz AMGs and the G-Wagons. And man, they'll wash that thing 3 times a week. Be mad if a bird poops on it. See, they're forgetting who got them there. And then what next thing you know that happened? Boom, wreck. They will walk away scratchless. Not a scratch on them, but the car is totaled. This is the same, it's the universal law, ladies and gentlemen. When you understand, this is how it works in nature. When you love something more than you love the God or the spiritual being that you believe in. And now in the church it says, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Job said that in the book. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The Lord God giveth, and the Lord God taketh away. Praise be to God. Everybody thought he was crazy. Man, you'd have lost your children, your money, your house, your cattle. You'd have lost your prestige, your image. You're covered up with balls. You just look like a hot mess. That man sat down in the dirt. He didn't give up. That's why that's my favorite story. He didn't give up. He sat down in the dirt and just rubbed himself with the dirt. So much to the point that his wife Stephen told him, you need to cuss God and die. Go back and read that. Whether you're agnostic, whether you believe or you don't believe. It's a great story. And he told his wife, Woman, you sound like a fool. Oh, you think I'm finna let you? This is stuff. But he remembered who he was. And then he remembered, if I got it one time, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can get it again. Now, how is that related to sometimes you got to give yourself your flowers for not giving up because there's so many other people out there that gave up. There are a lot of people that even have taken my course. They wanted to start a business. We set them up. We showed them how to start the business. Then it got a little tough. Just a little tough. They didn't even make it past first base. And they gave up. But now, those same people keep seeing you climbing because you didn't give up. You might have struck out the first time at bat. See, don't look at your strikeouts as failures. They are lessons if you but understand. Alexander Graham Bell, no, was it Alexander Graham Bell or Thomas Edison? I think it was Thomas Edison that was creating the light bulb, which he didn't really create the light bulb, but for the sake of the conversation, it was somebody else that came up with the filament, those two little wires that run, and that's what illuminates the light. Somebody else came up with that. He didn't. But they was interviewing, somebody interviewed him, and he had failed. Well, he didn't achieve success 1,000 times. I had 1,000 attempts. 1,000 attempts. Some people don't even get to 10. And they quit. This man was so laser focused and zeroed in when the interviewer asked him, let me take this off the screen. I think you guys understand what that is about that humble. But they asked Thomas Edison, you have failed 1,000 times. And you still keep trying to come up with this light bulb? He said, I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that don't work. First business, leather shop. Some of you that was following you watched me when I first started that shop in Gaston, Alabama on Hood Avenue. The EMT is in my old building. Failed. Didn't give up. Went to the flea market and the festival circuit because I had a craft, I had a passion, and I love seeing people wearing my products. Yeah, I put up with a lot of snickers and sneers and grins and talk behind the backs and man, you still on this job. You did all that yapping and talking about you wasn't finna work, you was finna quit and blah, blah, blah. You still here. I put up with all of that. Transparency. Failed marriage. Because I'm taking money out of the house to cover the expenses of the business. And I get it. But I was wanting that business to work. Now, the number one cause in marriages, divorce nowadays, is finances. And so I can personally attest to that. That was hard. And I took that as a fail. But then I went back, not as a failed attempt with the business, well, with what I was doing, but I didn't know enough about business at that time. So I jumped on the festival in the flea market circuit. And I'm traveling around all over the Southeast. Every city has a festival. Just about every city has a flea market. I'm hitting everything from Kentucky all the way down to Florida. Every weekend. Boom, boom, boom. Getting better at the craft because I got my speed down so fast. At those events, it's all cash and carry. Now, what I learned was, and this was the play, just to give you guys a brief history, because I give myself flowers all the time. And I don't let anybody tell me to water down me giving myself flowers to make themselves feel good, because they didn't take the opportunity when it presented itself. They didn't even take the chance. And let me get back from out the weeds, because I was going about to veer off for a minute. But the conversation said everybody's not like you. And I responded, well, I guess that makes me a superhero. Huh? Because in my mind, everybody can do this. I posted a live video this morning about the Craigslist and Marketplace game. And I showed y'all in that video just how fast you can make $750. Just that fast. Now, you mean to tell me everybody, anybody can't do that? Everybody can't do that? My grandmother used to say this: you do what you want to do. If you want to do it, if you want to come out of your condition, if you want to change your financial situation, if you want to live better, you want to drive better, you want to buy better clothes, you want to have a better health, you do it because you will it into existence. When God created Adam in the Garden of Eden, he shared, go back and read that. A lot of people miss that. When God created Adam and Eve in the garden, he shared himself. Because listen to the scripture. After he fashioned them out of mud, he breathed life into the clay, and it became a living soul. Wasn't nobody there but God. And if God himself breathed into the clay and it became a living soul, then that essence from God is now in man. This is why we're able to say that we are little gods, children of the most high God, and he is in us and we are in him. That's why you got to remember who you are. Mm. So yes, give yourself your flowers. And don't let nobody tell you to water down your accomplishments, because they feel small and they want you to feel small too. You ain't no better than me. Apparently, I am, because I did what it was going to take to get me to where I wanted to be. Fun ain't went nowhere in 2024 years. You can always find fun. I gave up all of that. Clubbing, all of that stuff. It's not getting me where I want to be. Ladies and gentlemen, when you start understanding that these things are all distractions to keep you from getting to where you want to be. Even your job is a distraction. You know, your job gives you health insurance, but term life insurance. They want you to go to the doctor so you can keep coming back to work, but they only give you a term policy on life insurance. Mm, mm. So your job is a distraction. Sometimes your children can be a distraction. Your husband or your wife can be a distraction. Distraction. Your family can be a distraction. They will all try to make you feel bad for the vision that was given to you. That's the play. But when you say, look, when you start to understand, everybody can't go on the journey that you're going on. Mm-mm. See, some people are just coming into your life for a season and a reason, if you but understand. And sometimes we won't achieve our goals because we trying to make somebody else feel adequate. And then we wind up feeling miserable because it's always going to come back. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda, have. Trying to make somebody else feel like somebody. And the whole time be miserable. 2024, make it a personal statement and a goal for you. Don't shrink yourself to make somebody else feel adequate or make somebody else feel happy. Don't shrink yourself for that. Give yourself your flowers because you deserve it. Y'all know how long I ate ramen noodles and hot dogs? Yeah, I'm going to give myself flowers. Yes, I'm going to give myself flowers. If y'all read in my first book, y'all read the story when I was homeless. Yes, I'm going to give myself flowers. I don't care how I make anybody else feel. I deserve it because I did what I had to do to get to where I wanted to be. Now, this last little clip that I'm going to play for y'all, man, and I want y'all to see this because this spoke to me the first time, and I so related. I so related to uh, this speech. And you guys can go back and see this. This is on YouTube. This is Snoop Dogg's where he received his star on
I want to thank
Hollywood.
me.
Oh, hold up. That
I want
started
to
right
thank
too
me.
early. And I want you to it's not arrogance because he gives you the reason why he's giving himself flowers. Y'all check this out.
I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times. Snoop Dogg, you a bad motherfucker, cuz.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that. Now, some people would say, "Ah, man, he was being arrogant, thanking him." Blah 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 blah. Who else was there? Was anybody else there when I was eating them ramen noodles and hot dogs? Was nobody else there? Well, nobody else there but me. Who motivated me? Who gave me the encouragement? Nobody else was there but me. I had to learn to encourage and motivate myself because I wasn't getting it from nobody else. Because here's the thing, and I've said this before, you got to watch for the people who slow clap for you. That's not jealousy, that's envious. And envy is more dangerous. Ain't touching. That's somebody over there talking, just yapping. That's how they doing. That envious person is the one right next to you. They know all your secrets. They know everything. They know more than the average bear. Mm? Those are the ones you got to watch from slow clappers. And they look like this. Because why? One, you did what was necessary. And now, see, when they don't want you to talk about all of the things that you've done, and then they don't want to help you in no shape, form, or fashion because misery loves company. 2024, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to break away. It's time to separate ourselves It's time to separate ourselves. And it's time for you to give yourself your own flowers. Don't look for it to come from nobody else. Most of the time, it's not going to come. It'll come from people that you don't know before it comes from somebody you do know. It'll come from somebody else before it comes. Because, see, those are the ones that will support your business. Those were the ones that will buy your merchandise. Those will be the ones that watch your podcast. Those are the ones that will comment on your content. Those are the ones that's going to follow you. Because energy connects with other energy. And it ebbs and flows. What you put out, it will come back in. Oh, ain't that thing? Oh, that thing is powerful. Oh, that thing is powerful. That's why I give y'all this game. And I give it to you freely. Because when it comes back in, ooh, your cup can't hold it. Give yourself your flowers. Forget about being humble to make somebody else feel good about themselves that they didn't do what they could have done. They just wanted to be regular. If you don't want to be extraordinary, just be ordinary. Ooh, hold on, that's going on the shirt right there. That's going on the shirt. See, but in ordinary, that ain't nothing. I mean, they look like everybody else. They talk like everybody else. They do the same thing like everybody else. And then here's the funny part. They have nothing like everybody else. But then they talk bad about the person that's starting to come up. Hey, I'm going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to let that drop in y'all's spirit because that thing, I was going to do this on a reel. I was going to make a complete video and then chop it up in reels and just do a whole reel series because there's a challenge now, especially on Facebook and Instagram with content promotion. But then it just kept nagging and nagging and nagging at me and said, no, you need to give this to the people now. Give yourself your flowers. You deserve it. And don't worry about nobody else who don't like it. You deserve it because you did all the hard work. You sacrificed money, birthdays, anniversaries, dance recitals, piano plays at school, football games, basketball games. You sacrificed all of that because you knew once you hit that level, you'll have all the time in the world to make up for it. See, some people can't wait to the finish line. They want that microwave success. They want microwave everything. They want everything to where you can just wake up and it's purple hearts and yellow diamonds and orange moons and birds are all singing and everything is all sparkly. That is not real. But you'll be surprised the number of people that want that. Now, it's cool if you want that. But guess what? It comes with a price. And the payment is due every day. That's what people don't want to do. They don't want to pay that price. It's too hard. So, yeah. To that person I was conversating with today, yeah, I'm a superhero, bro. I'm a superhero. Because, yeah, I did what nobody else, or the majority, 85% of the people won't do. And the funny part about it is, I really don't even miss it. I'll see you guys on the other side. Keep grinding, family, and praise your accomplishments when nobody else does. Give yourself your flowers. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.